the university called Visca University. So we had to cross a river. I'll never forget. We had to cross a river. So the river was a small river, but it was a river. And what they would do is they'd make a raft, and the little Filipino kids, you'd pay them a few pesos, and they'd float you across to the other side on the road. So my driver said, we got to get out. They're going to stand there, pouring rain. And we stood there on the raft. We get to the other side of the river to continue our journey to Visca University. And out of the woods come about 20 kids, teen and 20-year-olds, with bandolero belts, machine guns, Uzi, everything. They were communist guards. It was the NPA, the Civil War going on down there. And they didn't like Americans. And I'm standing there. Then they came out of that gun, and I thought I was dead. I really did. I thought, Lord, you're going to take me here, right here, by this river. Because they were very mean. Nobody was smiling. They didn't speak any English. I know my heart was pounding because I thought, I'm going to be killed right here. But you can't cowardly run away. You carry Jesus with you and all his fortune. And it was time to die. Back when I was 35 years old, fine, you just die. 73 years old, you just die. That's okay, because I will never die, because I'll live forever. But I remember scared, your heart's pounding. And so I didn't know what to do, but I had a backpack full of Filipino Bibles in Tagalog. So I took them out, and here are these 20 kids standing there with machine guns, and they didn't like Americans much. And I had fatigues on, like an American soldier, like a dummy. But anyway, I gave them all the Bible. And I smiled and said, hey, God bless you, man. I started just pass out tracts and Bibles, and they just kept staring at me with those guns. And finally, I told the driver, he ran into the forest. He thought we were dead, so he took off. I said, I yelled his name. I don't remember, Jose or something. I said, let's go, man. So he came back, got on the motorbike. I jumped in the sidecar, and he's putt down the road toward that university. And I was just waiting to hear a click, because I knew if I heard a click, my back was going to be opened up and I was in heaven. It was it. I was going to be shot dead with a machine gun. And so about a mile down the road, I turned back and looked. And they were still standing there reading their little Bibles. I'm not saying they got saved, but it certainly was an escape out of the Philippine Islands for me, and an opportunity to do evangelism. Right after that, Dr. Ng from Dallas Seminary said, Dale, I've arranged for you to speak to 400 military officers in Mindanao, government officers, helicopter pilots, jet pilots that are fighting the communist guards. I said, okay. Went in, I'll never forget that. It was a meeting, kind of like this. It was up in the stadium, and 400 of the beautiful Filipino officers, lieutenants and colonels, whatever all they were, and I gave the gospel of Christ, how they could know Jesus. So if they were killed in that helicopter battle, if their jet went down, if they were shot dead by a communist machine gun, they'd go to heaven. At the end of the message, 20 minutes, I said, now, gentlemen, you understand what I'm asking you to do. I want you to stand up unashamedly, and you stand up and say, I will be a follower of Christ. I want Jesus in my life. I'm Catholic, but I'm not saved. I want to be saved. I said, I want you to stand right where you are. That's right, with all your comrades looking at you. And I made sure the translator was explaining that in Tagalog.